All right, folks, so let's take a look at the Bloom LLM. This one was designed for academic research. It's supposed to be easy to use. So you install some libraries. Now, I've already run a lot of it here. So I've installed transformers and imported the necessary library functions here. And this will download Bloom. There are a bunch of different Blooms available. This is a relatively small one with 560 million parameters, which is what passes to be pretty small for a large language model. And so it has to download some code here and get ready. And now you can send it a prompt and it will add 50 more words to it. You can adjust how many more words you want to add. And so it will run it and tokenize that data so it's ready to go. And now you can try different searches. And the point of this is you get used to different search techniques. Now, the simplest is a greedy search. What a greedy search does is it takes what you've got for input and it tries to add one word. It calculates what the likelihood is of possible words, and it always chooses the most likely next word. So it's greedy. It always maximizes success at every step. And as you'll see, greedy search is not really the best for large language models. It takes some time to run, even at 560 million. Now, if I turned on the GPU, it would be faster, but there we are. So see, why is the sky blue? It is, said the girl, but it is not the same as the sky. You can see it's not making much sense. And then it just repeats over and over again the same thing. This is the problem with a greedy search. There is no randomization, so it can get stuck in a loop as it does. And if you run it again, you'll get exactly the same answer because there is no randomness. So it's completely predictable. Now, there's another technique called top K and top P. This uses a combination of three different methods to decide which word to add, and there is some randomness in this one. So it will have more variation in the answers, and it will give you a different answer each time you run it. And there are parameters here to determine how much it will mix of these various techniques. Okay, why is the sky blue? I don't know. She's my niece. She drew her little daughter towards the door. So it goes completely off track, giving me irrelevant data, but at least it's random. And now if I run it again down here, I should get different responses. And here it just stopped, which is a little strange. We'll see what happens if I run this block again. There, okay, and now totally different stuff. Again, completely off target, but it wanders into sort of like a novel, including that phrase or something. So anyway, it creates random nonsense. Here again, this sort of stayed on target anyway, at least talking about blue. So you get different output every time. Now, another one is the beam search, where it will look ahead for several words, like you're shining a flashlight beam some distance ahead of you, and consider not just the most likely next word, but the next likely several words. What group of several words would be most likely? And the beam search also has no random variation, but it does look sort of more deeply into this sentence. So hopefully the sentence will have more internal coherence.
Hey Sam, I have a question about randomization,
Yeah.
and thanks. I forget exactly who, but someone pointed me to in Linux /dev/random,
Yeah, that's right.
and so if you put, I was very impressed. If you do the command od/dev/random,
Yeah.
it's so much. it's a lot of numbers at a random. Like,
Yeah.
and it really ramps up the CPU, and it's like that's a lot of randomness.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
And
I
that
mean,
depends on your
this
implementation. Yeah. And in this case, this stuff doesn't depend on the quality of the randomness so much. Uh, if the to talk about the
uh,
nature of the algorithm specifies whether you should have a random number. And then there's another issue that when you actually implement it in hardware, how good are your random numbers? And that is another issue. But anyway, let me just I think I'm done with this video. You can just see some flags defined here, just to let you see the different search techniques. Let me stop this one and then I'll carry on with that question. Yeah, and